Morning folks, me again. I'm off for another walk, and the reason for this walk is I'm testing the camera settings. I'm using the Sony Action Cam, and I like this camera. It's rugged, it's good underwater, it's good for bad weather, things like that. But I've had an awful time trying to do color correction with the clips I get from this camera. So what I'm doing this morning is I'm going to record part of this on the neutral setting like it normally is, and then I'm going to switch it over to the vivid setting and see if there's any difference in the color that I get from the clips. It's very cold this morning. It's -12, and there is an advisory from the National Weather Service about freezing mist. Well, that's the first time I've ever heard of freezing mist. I didn't know what it was until I came out, and I thought my glasses were fogging over, but it's not. They were not. They're perfectly clear. What I am seeing is it's like a fog that hangs in the air, and I've only ever seen something like this in videos of places like Alaska and things like that. So freezing mist is in the air today. But the good news for my walking is that the sidewalks, for the most part, at least in town, have been plowed or cleaned, and I'm going to try to make one round around the town. Like I said, it's really cold, so I think one round is about it for the day. The best thing, though, is that the wind is not blowing, so that's always a good thing. Okay, I've switched over to the vivid color setting. I don't know if you can see any difference. Actually, I'll see this, whether there's a difference, because when I edit it, obviously I'll see it. So I'll see it before you. But supposedly on the neutral setting, there's more data recorded on the SD card, and when you import that into the editing program, you're able to have more, I guess, range in the color correction section. And in the vivid, with the vivid setting in the Sony Action Cam, I think it sort of deletes some of the stuff that you, or not deletes, but just doesn't record some of the stuff on the card, making your editing a little bit less robust, let's say. You don't have as much range in the color correction that you would with the neutral setting. Now, of course, I could be completely wrong about that. I know in many cameras that is the way it is. In fact, if you're into photography or video or anything, you're familiar with the term RAW. You're shooting raw photo images, or you're shooting raw video, and that gives you a gigantic file, but it also gives you all the data that would normally be in the file. It gives you everything the camera sees and not just the parts of it. You're able to edit more when you have a raw file, but I'm not sure the natural or the neutral setting on this camera is actually raw. It might just be something that the camera has as one of their settings. Okay, here's one for my viewers. Who can tell me where on the temperature scale the Fahrenheit and Celsius temperatures are the same? 15 degrees that you just saw on the sign for the bank is Fahrenheit. Celsius degrees are bigger than Fahrenheit degrees, so there's less movement, but there is a point where both temperatures are exactly the same. So if you know where that point is, or what temperature Fahrenheit and Celsius is the same, then leave a comment in the notes below. I'll have to look this up. I forget what it was. I was sort of hoping that the walkways in the park would have been cleared. This pile of snow is just an example of how much snow we got. The walkways in the park have been cleared. Maybe we'll take a walk through there and see what's going on. This is Memorial Park downtown. At night, these trees, these Christmas trees along the sides are all lit up. And sometime over the holiday, I will come down here and get some video of this at night. But this is a walkway through the park, and there's one on the other side. You can see it just over there by that set of trees. It's a nice, quiet, usually a quiet little place in the middle of town. And once again, I seem to be the only person out walking around. It is early on a Saturday morning, though. I think it's about 8:30, maybe 9 o'clock. And it's also very cold. I was just walking along here, and I guess somebody got tired shoveling, because there's no more sidewalk and there's just a wall of snow crossing the bridge. So I'm going to be walking out on the road, I think. Here we go. This is much better. I guess they only had enough time to plow one side of the road, or one sidewalk side. I'm sufficiently cold now, so I think I'm going to head back to the house and warm up. Maybe sit down with another cup of coffee and just relax. I have a lot of things to do at the house today. My brother and sister-in-law are arriving from Connecticut, and my brother and comrade dog are arriving on Monday from, where is he? Detroit. So I have to do some things at the house to get ready for guests. Anyhow, maybe at the end of this video I'll have an analysis of whether the neutral or vivid color setting works better on the Sony Action Cam. Or maybe not, depending on what happens with the video. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.